Welcome, welcome, welcome to whoever watches this. I'm Whitney. This is my channel. Kind of a little bit of a different reading today. It's Christmas Eve. And as we know, Christmas Eve, technically he comes a little bit before Christmas Eve, but Krampus, my kind of demonic presence, comes to the families a few days before Christmas to kind of evaluate how well of a parent they're being. And for instance, I met this woman that my sister has been in close contact with for a few months now. And she got this chunk of money through my sister. And she went out and bought her daughter Ugg boots right away. I get, for Christmas, I get the download. When I meet her, she tells me that her daughter had just moved. She's just moved to a new city. Doesn't have a job yet. And I go, and you just went out and bought her Ugg boots? Like, in my mind, if that was my child, and I'm not saying that this is the right way or anything, but what came to my mind right away was, damn, like, if my kid moved to a new city and, like, didn't have a job, then, like, for Christmas, like, I'd pay their rent, you know, like, I would make sure that they had, you know, a full fridge of food and you know, like, pay their bills or do something, you know, to compensate, not buy them Ugg boots. Like, Ugg boots, they're useless. Like, I mean, if you went out and bought a good pair of boots, and I'd be like, oh, damn, like, your daughter's going to need those where she's living. But no, fucking dumb pair of Ugg boots, they have no worth. They mean nothing. And she made the money through my sister. And I'm like, damn, you know, like, that's not, to me, not very good parent. I'm not a parent. I'm a parent of different things. And what I choose to do, I get directly from spirit. I take care of spirits, animals. That's what I do. If you're here as a parent and you're here taking care of your child or whatever it is that you're doing, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Because just because you're doing a good job, and look at crooked roof. Just because you're doing a good job as a parent doesn't mean that your parents did a good job. It doesn't mean that, you know, your significant other's parents did a good job. Like, just because, like, you know, try to, like, take your side away if it doesn't resonate. Look at this. Fucking shit is sticking to this table. I have to re-laminate. Somebody does not want me to do this reading. The energy is really, like, trying to mess with me mentally. And I'm like, you can't stop me from doing this reading. Like, my parents have debts to pay, like motherfuckers. And all my sister wants me to do right now is pull cards on if Krampus is coming to their house and not and shit. And, like, I want to know, you know, does this entity exist? Is he actually out there evaluating people and making sure that they're being parents, right? Or are they just acting? Are they just big fat actors, right? Playing a fucking role, but not really giving a shit about doing it. Look at that, assuming. So there are, like, a lot of people out there that just assume a parent is doing a good job, right? They assume a parent's doing a good job, like, and they're not, okay? Like, just because, and actually, you know what? Some of them are the worst on this social media shit. So what's up? Okay, they are, like, you know, they're making these channels about their kids while they're, like, chugging wine and not feeding them properly. And they're actually, if anything, recording themselves being, you know, breaking the law. Okay, but recording themselves breaking the law. And that's the end of this. Spirit does not want to do this with them anymore. Okay, assuming that they're good people when we both know they're not. Okay, so we've got a dead end on somebody that you're dealing with, and this is retaliation. Okay, so this is going to make sense to you if you come from a bad place, or if you are even in a bad place, you know, like your significant other is a fucking nightmare, right? It's like you have to do something. You have to, you know, just because they're a nightmare, you have to stand up as a parent and be the stronger person, right? There are a lot of parents out there, they're cowards. They hide behind their kids, right? Or they hide behind the fact that they have kids. They make excuses because they have kids, right? And it's so low. It's such a low blow to say we're together because of our kids. You're making your kids' lives a living hell by by living with somebody that you don't like. And you might think that that's the right answer because that's what's coming to you. But really, what you're doing to that child, what that child sees is negativity, right? They see one parent attacking another. They see animosity. They see jealousy. They see rage, right? Staying together for the kids, it doesn't mean anything when you hate each other. Staying together for the kids is a cowardly move because you just don't want to move out to apartments or sell your fucking house, right? So whoever you're dealing with, okay, they're at a dead end and they don't see it. They don't see it because the moon is covering it, right? They're living under illusions that they can go on forever. Okay, they can go on forever with your luck. Okay, so I think people have definitely been using you. Okay, they've been using your energy, they've been using who you are, and it's almost like a society has kind of made the assumption that they're good people. They're good people by the way they look, right? It's all about the way that they look. I think people, whoever this is that you're dealing with, it most likely is going to be your parents, if it makes sense to you, because that's how the reading is on Christmas. But anyways, they could be like, look, like there could be an outside illusion that people see, like your parents being very lucky, right? Like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. They got another thing. Oh, look at that. They got another thing. And they don't realize that, you know, the outside doesn't realize that how they're getting that luck is through you. Because a lot of people, a lot of parents out there use their children's luck. They use their children as pawns, right? To get their money, to get their rent, to get their house, to get whatever the fuck it is that they want in life. They will use children, right? And it's almost like there's a huge ending, okay? And I've been hoping that this is going to happen, but I don't know for sure if it's going to happen. Okay. But I'm getting downloads, okay, that somebody assumes something and their assumption is making them look like an idiot. Okay, like life is just going to play out for them however way they want for the rest of their lives. Okay, and now we got the guilt trip. So this is why, like, this is when, honestly, I was thinking about my stepfather today and his wife. And like, honestly, the way that I think I kind of put it together with the two of them is I think she really guilt tripped my father. I think she really guilt tripped him into hating his kids, guilt tripped him into taking her on trips all the time. Like she had breast cancer, 20 years ago, and she survived. And so she thinks that she deserves this life and these luxuries that my father can't pay for. My father doesn't have the money to do. And she guilt trips him. Like he took her on this European trip back in the day. And he said all he did was sit in the pubs and drink, and all she did was spend money. That's all she does. All she ever wants to do is spend money, spend money, spend money. And it's like, then when you live in that illusion that money is just going to be there and it's just going to be filling your wallets all the time because of some type of luck, like I don't like this 4-leaf clover. Like, look at this. Okay, so I am tripping out about this 4-leaf clover. I don't like it. I don't like that the moon is hiding the 4-leaf clover. It's as if you don't even know how much luck these people have. Okay, and it's like, it's just like, it's luck that a whole family should have, not just one person. You know, like this isn't Bruce Almighty. Okay, nobody's God. Like, so look at this. We got the Mist and Sherlock. Okay, so with this fucking clover, what I'm getting is like somebody can't see. They didn't determine how hard you were gonna work to fight. Okay, like I don't think they knew tarot was ever going to exist, right? People who break the law, people who fuck with you mentally, okay, especially the mental ones, they think nobody can figure it out. Okay, they think whatever they did is like, oh my God, you know, like Sherlock himself couldn't figure this out. I fucked with a kid all the way until they were an adult and nobody can figure me out. I'm a magician. No, like they didn't anticipate, I think, spiritual awakening. Okay. They didn't anticipate you talking to ghosts. Okay. And like ghosts see everything. Pets see everything. And if you can communicate with the other side, like if you do tarot or you with your pendulum, or if you have always heard somebody talking to you, if you have a loved one on the other side that you can hear, whatever it is, you have to realize that like there's just an open frequency through all the dimensions, okay? And it's really hard to keep yourself grounded and to not listen to the voices and to not, because sometimes you really think it's yourself when really it's like your mom, tapping into your frequency and you have no fucking idea. Well, she's got an open line because she housed you for 9 months, right? Parents abuse, okay? And because they're the parent and you're the child, or, the child is under them and it's vulnerable. Okay. And it can't do anything about the situation. It just has to do what it's being told. There are other children and other animals that will rebel, kill their owners, run away, kill themselves, never look back. Okay. But fortunately, you're still here. I've myself tried to kill myself like maybe 5 or 6 times. I think since I was 8 years old, I've been trying to kill myself. It was never like a cry for help. It was never like I wanted to die. It was, I never knew that life was possible. I always heard that nobody wanted me. So my first instinct would be, okay, no one's here. No one's helping me. I'm all alone. I'm 8 years old. I just want to die. I don't want to be here. Who wants to die at 8? Okay. Like I've been really like going like, what the fuck? Like, what do kids go through? Right? Like, what do they mentally go through as children? Like what are parents putting them through? Right? Because their little minds just can't absorb what's going on. So you as like growing up and stuff, you would never really realize what your parents were doing. Right? And like now I realize like the way that my father was raised, it's like his father really fucked him up. His father took absolutely no responsibility for his kids. His father just went to work, total zombie. If it had to do with the kids, it had nothing to do with him. That was all for the wife. He was raised like really mentally fucked up. Like really like, I don't need to help my kids at all. That's what their mother's for. And my mother was a drunk. An abusive, alcoholic, fucking drunk every night, married to a pedophile. Like she didn't give a fuck about kids. Are you kidding? Some parents, once they break up, right, it's like now they know, well, now the other one won't know what I'm doing. The other one won't know what I'm doing. But the kid's right in the middle, watching everything that both mommy and daddy are doing. Unfortunately, when you have kids, you have like a little auditor. Like they're auditing everything because everything you say, they're listening. And if you go back on that, if you lie, if you deceive, your child's watching you. And it's like, you think children don't pay attention or that they're dumb, but like they're fucking geniuses. They're little sponges. They're listening to everything and they're judging everybody. They're taking up and taking in everything that they possibly can. They're trying to figure it out, right? When you try to figure it out, then you don't stop. Kids don't stop. They're resilient. They'll never stop. Even if you think they're in La La Land, bitch, they ain't. They're right there. They're just choosing to act aloof because they don't know what else to do. They don't know anger yet, right? They don't know how to manipulate people. They don't know how to act like little narcissists. So they kind of just got to bottle it in and just try to fucking live their life every day, which is why you have to feed them. You have to make sure that they shower. You have to clean up their rooms because kids are fucking, they're off in space. Like, and you should really let them be there and not, training them to be robots because that's not what they are. Okay. They'll learn that in the later days. Trust me. Okay. So somebody's been seriously guilt tripped and look at what's on the bottom of the deck. And it's this time, man, I went to the grocery store yesterday and I was like, I'm always in a good mood. I don't have anything to worry about. Like with me, I'm good. Okay. So I don't got anything. I don't even really have anything to be mad about. I mean, I can be mad about my whole life, but I choose not to be. You know how many people were exploding at the grocery store yesterday? Oh yeah. Such a festive time of year, right? Such a momentum, gracious time of year where we all come together and share love. People were cutting me off. They were nasty. They were giving me bad looks. They were pushing me out of the way. They were cutting me out of lines. Oh, such a wonderful time of the year, right? Fuck you. No, it's not. But not everybody, believes and understands that where their emotions come from, for one. And why do you even do Christmas is that this is how you're going to act. If you're going to act like an asshole, if you're going to act like suddenly everything's a burden, that you can't handle anything all of a sudden, why the fuck do you do it? Right? And it's like people, man, once they Christmas does something to people. Okay, there's the sun. Man, the sun and the moon, if one appears, the other one appears. So let's just say that, okay? Somebody has been suppressing a lot of emotions, and it's probably around this time of year. Okay, they really don't want to do anything. I think they're at a dead end. I think they don't care. Okay, it's probably most likely because you're not around, right? They're ready to explode. They're ready for, I'm pretty sure they're ready for retaliation, right? It's almost like when someone's been breaking the law for 40 years, they've been running from the law. Finally, they're like, okay, just arrest me. Just arrest me. Like, I just put me in jail. I can't run from the law anymore. And actually, that's in a movie. 3 days. The next 3 days, he meets up with Liam Neeson, who has escaped from prison, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. He writes a book in the book. And Russell Crowe was like, well, you know, how did you get caught after this last time that he escaped? Because how did you get caught? And he goes, I was sick of running. It's not that I didn't want to. Not that I got caught because I got sloppy. I couldn't run anymore, right? Like, people suddenly realize, like, I got to end this. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I've been doing it for 40, 50 years. Like, this isn't something that just happened yesterday, okay? Okay, so I've been wondering when this is going to come in. Do you know that thing that people use on their Instagram when something goes wrong? It's like that voice that goes, oh no, no. Okay, I've been hearing that all morning, and I'm like, oh fuck, like, who's going to make a move? And the universe is like, don't do it. And they just, like, they fall all over the place. And I'm getting that in my head now. And then I got Kanye West's 2 words, and I go, you know that song 2 Words? And then I go, okay, what are the 2 words? And they go, fuck you. And I'm like, like, somebody's mad. Okay, like, somebody's mad. And that's why it's the volcano. Like, they're just like, they could just be saying fuck you to everybody at this point. Okay, fuck you to everybody. And do you realize I did the lights green? I chose green today. I was going to choose the Christmas setting, but it looked stupid. And then I'm looking at this Clover card, and I'm like, damn, like, are you taking the luck back? Which they assume they're going to take, but turns out what's landing is a dead end, and they actually just flip their gasket instead. Because of all these suppressed emotions. Okay, when people suppress emotions, okay, look at what's underneath it. Sometimes it's an absolute horrible choice because you have to let your emotions go where they need to go. If you don't, you hold emotion in, you hold that energy in, you hold that water in. Water is your number one source. Okay, it has to go in, it has to go out. It has to be constantly filtering. Think it like as a fish tank. Okay, your bladder acts almost like a filter. Okay, and your body acts as a filter. It takes away all that water that you don't need and it flushes it out. Okay, you hold all that water in. What's going to happen? Algae's going to build. The tank's going to build up. Okay, everything's going to get a mess. There's no filtration system at all. So when you hold all these emotions back, you're backing up your whole system, your whole filtration system, because nothing is being released. Okay, emotion, crying, even if you're just having a bad morning, okay, you're just having a bad morning, and then suddenly you're like, I'm going to be late for work, and you're almost going to be on time, and then you get a red light, and then another red light, and you just cry. Just get it out, because whatever it is that's holding back, sometimes you can get like 4 or 5 tears out and then start laughing and go like, oh my God, like I really needed to just let those tears out. Whatever it was, they need to leave me because they're holding on to me and I don't need to hold on to them anymore, right? Suppressed emotions stop everything. That's what gets you emotional. Right? It gets you overly emotional to other things because you've suppressed this one thing and not let it out. So it comes out everywhere else. Okay? Which is not good. Okay? So I don't think whoever this person is, whoever these people are, they did not realize that you were going to take it to the very end. That's a hard lesson to learn. They really thought that you were just going to end it. And now I'm getting a gun in my third eye. Ooh, look at that. Kiss the girls. Why? Oh my God. Because you know what? I think the way that they have suppressed their emotions, like if you've seen this movie, you know that Casanova, he calls himself, keeps all the girls in the dungeon, in the basement, like fucking what's his face with the mask, opera dude. Fucking what is that goddamn play called? Phantom of the Opera, right? He takes them down, or the woman down, and like holds her hostage. Like that's what love is. Oh my good God, no. Not at all. Okay, so now it's like that. It's like, I don't know, man. I almost feel like by you finding out that they've been using your energy, right? It's like, it's almost like they've been keeping you. You know, they've been keeping you in a dungeon locked up, right? Soaking up all your luck, soaking up the benefits of you. And this is major retaliation. Like major retaliation. Like, I don't know if you have, I think, possibly been on the wrong side of the law because of this. Okay, there's the invitation. Where is the invitation taking us? To accusations. Now I'm getting that again. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, you fucking didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. Keep me locked up. Like, you know what I'm getting? I almost feel like there is a parent that knows something that happened to you. That's what I'm getting. And they really, like, they locked it out of you. You know, like they made you bury that shit deep. Like, we don't talk about it. It's never to be said again. And you went investigating. You went searching for something and you found what you needed to do, even though they tried to cover it up like a motherfucker. You know, like, you know what that mist does. Like, I mean, what I never really realized until I did a reading with this card, I went, you know why they released the mist in the mist is to cover up the creatures that got loose from the other portal. Okay, so they have to put the mist out or people will see all these things and fucking freak out. Okay, so I didn't know. I thought the mist got released with the creatures through the portal. No, the mist was there for a reason. They created the mist to cover it all up. Okay, so they have accused you. That's what this is. Assumptions with accusations. Look at this fucking crooked roof on the bottom. Yo, these people are crooked as fuck. They turned your words around. Okay, that they guilt tripped you. They probably said, like, well, if you say something, you're going to take my husband away or you're going to take my wife away. They guilt tripped you. Oh, well, this has taken a massive turn. Oh, yeah, and look at that. Evil distractions on the bottom of the deck. Okay, and underneath that, social media. This is what I'm talking about. I had a feeling social media was going to come up. They're evilly distracted by you on social media. And then I'm just pulling from the bottom of the deck. Okay, and then look at Mother Nature's wrath. Mother Nature. Okay, let me tell you about Mother Nature. So, I have snakes. I'm a snake mom. Okay. I can't speak snake. Okay. I don't know what's happening when it's happening all the time. Okay. So I had a problem with one of my snakes like months ago. And I called in the mother of all snakes. I had no idea what I was doing. Okay. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was like desperate as a mother. Like I chose to take care of these snakes for her mother, okay? For their mother. I chose this role, okay? And I don't want to fuck it up. So I was like, I created a circle, whatever, and I called in the mother of all snakes. No idea what I was doing. And I was like, please, like, just help this snake, whatever it needs, tell me, communicate with me if you can. If not, just help the snake heal or recover, whatever it needs. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm not its mom. I have no answers for this right now. So all I can do is go from a mother to a mother and say, please help me, because I don't know what to do for this right now. And within like 24 hours, I think I like created a pocket of like protection around it and around her enclosure and everything. And within like 2 days, I think 2 or 3 days, I gave her like a couple of baths, realized what the problem was. And then it was like bada boom, bada bang, mother snake was gone and everything got taken care of. Like not bada boom, bada bang, but it definitely, we also have private property on the bottom of the deck. If you're a parent to whatever it is you're a parent, you have to realize that the thing called pride, you cannot have. You have to put that aside, because there are going to be things you have to ask. There are going to be things you have to bend over and do. There are things that you have to do for the things that you choose to take care of, right? You have to bend over. You have to take it. Like all I do is clean up shit. That's all I do. That's my job, to clean up shit. Okay. Even if suddenly they got up and got their own diggers, do I expect them to clean up their own poop? No, I said I would do that. I said I would take care of it. So when your parents or whoever this is said that they were going to do something, it was in their job to do it. And instead of doing it, they covered something up, covered it up. Now they know that you're a child, they know that you're vulnerable. So they know that they can manipulate you because you're on their property, because you're their private property. They own you. They tell you what to do. Plain and simple. Okay. That's what a crooked roof is like. Okay. Because since I met my stepmother, she has claimed ownership of me. Ownership. She just changes things I say. She changes my truth. She changes my words. And she just says she can. She has ownership of me somehow. I don't know. Claimed private property over me, changed all my words. Okay? You can't do that. Eventually, people are going to retaliate. Eventually, people are going to go, well, the law is not going to do anything for me. I have no idea what this person's saying about me. So guess what? This is why we have aggression. I'm going to go to this person. I'm going to fucking flat out ask them what the fuck they did. And if they answer me, great. If they run away, I know they're guilty as fuck. Guess what? My stepmother does every time. Runs away. Guess what happened when I accused my stepfather of being a pedophile? Ran away. Guess what happened when I tried to talk to my mother about it? Ran away. Guess what happened when I tried to talk to my father about how his wife was treating me? Ran away. Because these people will live under their contracts and say fuck their kids. Because their kids don't matter. Their kids aren't paying their bills. Their kids didn't build that house with them. Their kids don't share half their money with them. Their kids, they popped out of their pussy, they shot out of their dick, and they walked away. Okay? Flat out. Why people put so much love and so much, well, I just want you to love me and I just want you to accept me with their parents who are straight crackheads. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not a parent, but I know how bad my parents are. And I know that I don't give a fuck. If I saw them on the streets, I wouldn't care. If they got ran over by a car, I wouldn't fucking care. They haven't been a part of my life for fucking years. I don't even know if they're alive. My mother, last time she sent anything to me, it was a suicide note saying she was going to kill herself. I don't know why. And she hasn't spoken to me since. Okay? It's like a 65-year-old woman. Like, grow up. Use your words. Tell me what's wrong. Don't tell me you're going to go kill yourself. I'm not going to play that game. Because guess what? Every time you got flagged that I was going to do something to myself, you walked away and said, I got to go see my husband about something. I got to go see a bar about a drink. Well, fuck me, right? Your parents will pay for this shit. And I don't care who the fuck they are. I don't care who the fuck they think they are. I don't care what the fuck they think they did that was so great. Guess what? They fucked up raising you, so I don't really give a shit. They could be the queen of a fucking goddamn country. They bail on a parent, they might as well bail on their whole country, because it's not going to matter what they do for other people that they didn't raise, that they didn't make, that they didn't put here. Okay, this isn't a toy factory. They didn't put together a toy to give away. They put together a human being. And I know it was a baby and it was all cute, but guess what? You were going to grow up. And no, the responsibility doesn't leave once you turn 18. Okay, they have a contract with you until the day you die. And until that contract is fulfilled, a parent usually won't die. And if they can't fulfill the contract because they're a shitty parent, one of them will usually die. So then they go on the other side with the child. So then there's one on that side and one on this side, because people need defense, especially in other dimensions. Are you kidding? Like, if you don't have protection, if you don't have a steady foundation around you or support, you're thrown out to the wolves. You might as well be chopped liver, right? And then the more that you have to try to survive is so much harder than everybody else. Because your parents just assumed you could shove something in the closet your whole life, they could mystify it, and you would never realize what it was. Guess what? You grew up, you got smarter, and their lies got shittier, and their ability to hide it got weaker. So this private property they claim on you is now, you can't claim private property on somebody. You don't own me. Nobody owns you. They were just here to support you. They take that support away. Well, guess what? The universe takes their support away. Because they were only supporting your parents or only supporting these people for as long as they were supporting their own fucking kin, their own fucking kids. You don't support your kids, guess what? Why should you be here? That's your only job. Your job isn't here to run a business. It's not here to be a CEO. If you have kids, you're here to be a fucking parent. And you have to make money on the side as well. So guess what? You got 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 5 jobs. I don't give a fuck. But your number one job is to still be a parent. You can't just get out of that. It's not a get out of jail free card. Okay? Even if your kid dies. If your kid dies before you, even worse. Even worse. Parent is never supposed to bury their kid. Okay? 3 billboards. Literally, this is what this movie's about. She buries her daughter because her daughter gets killed. Why? Because she doesn't want to drive her to the bar. She makes her walk. Guess what happens to parents who make their girls walk places? They get kidnapped. They get raped. They get left in ditches. Like, they get beat up. Like, I mean, and I'm not trying to say that, like, a little girl's life is more than a little boy's life, but I'm just saying, you know, in the movie, girls are more vulnerable than boys are. But even now, today, like, I mean, I still want to say that I think the statistic is still a little bit higher for women and for girls, but it's not that the stat isn't high for taking a boy, because it fucking is. So, oh, look at that. Fought tooth and nail. Like, honestly, I really don't think that they, look at, as I'm saying it, nose on the top of the deck coming out, they did not think that you were going to fight this hard to figure out how much shit they accused you of. They accused you of everything, right? That guilt trip is a bitch, okay? And then look at that dreams. They're having dreams about this. Okay, and I think it's a great choice to come into their dreams because this person remembers their dreams. They know what happens in their dreams. And it seems like they're probably more easier to work with in their dreams than what they are in real life. Okay. I wasn't really sure what was going to come out today, but like, this is a big message. Mother Nature's wrath. You best believe Mother Nature's wrath. I'm trying to figure out what cards to use for this next part of the message. Merry Christmas, Michaela. Thanks, Ahmad. I don't know if Ahmad's being serious or not. What the fuck? Merry Christmas to all. Oh, yeah, okay. All the troll accounts are going around, so don't pay attention to the stupid chat, but those fucking trolls, they just run around and then they talk to each other on my chat, and I'm like, what is happening? Is talking to each other? Go to another channel. But if they're out here trolling, they have awful parents, so they probably should be listening to this message, to be honest. I know, I feel like this is not the right deck either. I'm trying to pick the right fucking deck. And this is not happening because I feel like I do want to use this one. Okay, let's see what this one says. Like, I mean, if you lost a sibling, your parents have a lot of karma to pay for, if that's the case. Love. Not so much. There's the moon. Covered up love. Illusioned love. Like, you're going to get a package, and there's self-worth. Like, okay, I mean, and honestly, if anybody becomes a fucking parent at 16 or fucking tells their kid to have a fucking kid at 14, that's not good parenting. Just because you want a grandbaby, that is not good parenting. That your kid or your son has to now take care of that baby for the rest of their life. They have all the bills to pay for it. Honestly, my aunt, when my cousin got pregnant at 16, my aunt was like fanatic about it. She was so excited about, we're gonna have a baby. Not to mention the fact my cousin was 16 years old, had no fucking business having a kid at all, no business whatsoever having a fucking child, and she knows that now. That's the thing, is when you can look at it later and go, fuck, like, where were my parents? Like, why did I do? Because your parents wanted another chance at fucking raising kids, so they thought they could do it again with grandchildren. No, that's not the way it works. That's not the way karma works. They don't get to just treat their grandkids really good and it completely erases what they did to their kids. It's not how it works. Kids aren't used. They're not to be used as pawns like that. Okay? So okay, so I got a download this morning that somebody saw all these things that were supposed to happen for me, and instead of allowing them to happen for me, they blocked all of it. They saw all these visions and said, I didn't deserve it. I wasn't ready, blah, blah, blah. And then she blocked me from all these visions. And now look at this. This is in reverse. I'm going to flip it, but I'm just going to show you the cards. We have vision, movement, and high priestess of spirit. Okay. All in reverse, which means this person, okay, is not going to get visions anymore on anything. Okay. Whoever these people are, okay, they've been living off of your luck. Like I said, they've been living off of things that you tell them, right? To like, I don't know, maybe telepathy. I don't know, but they've been living off of you somehow. Okay. Somehow. And they can see what you're doing. They can see where you're going to go. They can see. And I don't know if somebody is just telling them. I don't know if their third eye's open. I don't know if it's in their dreams. I don't know how they're getting information on you, but they're getting like the pre-trial. Okay. They're getting the vision before it happens. And then they're demolishing the vision. And they're not allowing you to do something because they want it. Then they say, okay, well, I can see a brand new house in the making for her. She doesn't get it. I want a new house. Boom, they take it. Okay. And they're assuming that they're just going to be able to do this forever. Right? Because they don't know how you're able to get what you do, but all they know is that as long as they say you are undeserving of it, that means they get it. Which is just apparent, like it would be like Christmas presents coming in and this person only has your parents' address and they send it to your parents and then your parents say, well, I have control of this. It got sent to my house. didn't get sent to their house. If they wanted, it should have got sent to their house. I can just take it for myself. It's like, yeah, it's something pretty sketchy. Okay, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but somebody's parent is sketchy. Somebody's parent is just willing to take everything from them. Okay, all their visions, all their movement, and then they put these lies out, and then these people believe these lies and these accusations because they assume that whoever is spilling the beans about you, telling lies about you, they assume is the, higher person. Is the more, I don't know, mature. They figure that by them running their mouth about you or whatever, about everything you did, that like they're just venting or something. But when really they're dirty. They play dirty. And people's parents play dirty, man. That's what they do. It's so sad when all of a sudden you just decide you don't want to be a parent anymore. Like there is nobody else to do your job. So great. Thanks for just deciding one day you're just going to wake up and not do it anymore. Right. Like you don't just get to decide that. And I remember like growing up, I mean, I've basically been on my own since I was 17, 18 years old. And anytime I had a problem or something and I would, call one of my parents to help me or, they would just, no, you're an adult. You can figure it out. Right? If it had anything to do with money, it was, no, you have money, you can pay for it. No, you've got this, you can do it. And it was never like, they just always wanted me to figure it out on my own. And that's abuse. That's so abusive when you're right there and you've got all the answers and all the help. You tell them to do it on their own and figure it out all by themselves. Like when the whole point is to have a family, so then you have support. You have people that teach you. You have people around you, right? Like those are your teachers, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. All those people, they're all teachers. They're all there to teach you something. They're all there to be there with you, support you, help you, not slam the door in your face or give you another lesson or you can do it on your own. You can learn on your own. Like, what the fuck? Like, even if they had to learn everything on their own, they know the wisdom, so they should know better. That now it's their turn to teach. And whoever didn't teach them, shame on them. But to continue the family traits of bullshit and abuse and humiliation, right? Because you need to do it on your own. No, you don't. I'm here to tell you, anybody that says you need to do it on your own is fucking full of shit. They're just lazy and they don't want to help you. Because people get help. That's what we're here for. If it was all do it all by yourself and nobody else, then there would be no couples, no families, no support systems, nobody's having babies. Everybody would be in these tiny little huts all by themselves, living their own little lives. And is that how it is? No, I don't think so. So their assumptions and their guilt trips is only going to get them so far. And fucking Mother Nature's not going to sit there and listen to their fucking guilt trips. Okay? She doesn't have fucking time. Right? This is mad. I don't know, man. Witchcraft's going to come through. That's the thing. Witchcraft's going to come through because if they did shit honestly, if people did shit to kids, right, then a lot of it is mistreatment of power, which would be dark magic, right? I mean, when an adult is given power over somebody else, they're supposed to do the right thing with it, right? And I was watching this mini series, and it took me quite a few days to watch it, but it was called 7 Seconds, and it's about these cops who cover up a murder. And, they get arrested and, whatever happens. But it's also like, I mean, even cops are breaking the law. Like everyone's fucking breaking the law. And like, it seems like nobody's really paying the price, but nobody's above the law. That's the thing. Nobody's above the law. Anybody that chooses to use authority and steal from people and manipulate people and be above people and use their position to make other people lower than them. I mean, all those people, like, they will get the memo and they will get karma. I mean, I don't know how it works. I don't know why it works. I don't know. Like, I don't know anything about it other than the fact that I just had to go with my gut and know that, like, I mean, I've seen people's karma happen right in front of me. I've seen them lose everything. I've seen myself lose things and other people gain things as I'm losing it. And I'm going like, wow, this is quite a switch. I wonder how this is working out right now, because I had all this and I had myself set and you didn't. And now all of a sudden you're all set and I'm not. Like, I consider that like, what did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. What the fuck did you do? Right? There are people that did things around you. There are people that manifested off of you. There are people that just straight stole your luck. Like I said, I don't know how the fuck it works. I don't know how you can use a child's luck, but they do. You know, single mothers. Oh, I got a baby though. I have a baby to think about. Oh yeah, here we go again. Okay, so I'm not going to arrest you because your kid's here, even though you're carrying. Right? Like mothers, they use that role. You know, like they try anything they can to use their kids, and it's really unfortunate. But I mean, they will get caught. And I mean, whether or not it's the law that catches them, it's their own kids that call them out, right? Like, I mean, if you're a shitty parent, it's going to get known. And I mean, you can't hide from it, and nobody can hide from it really. And it's funny that they think they can. You know, it's funny that they think they're going to get away with everything. You know, same with thieves, right? They're out there counting their money and shit, you know, waiting to spend it. And it's like, dude, eventually, you know, you're going to get caught. So live it up now while you can. You know, live it up now, spend it all, do it all up, because eventually you will lose it, right? And then once they get old and they get vulnerable and they can't work anymore, how are they going to pay their bills? How are they going to pay for those houses, all that shit that they stole, right? They're not going to be able to, right? So, and then you'll get a better job and you'll get more money and then you'll get married while they lose everything. It's all going to be a swap. It always is. If somebody swapped with you before and you don't think that you're not going to be able to swap back, of course you are. It's just a matter of timing. It's just a matter of when it happens. And this person, you know, like these people really assume that you would just keep your mouth shut and you would just go off and live your life and have your kids and have your, you know, mistakes and your burdens, and then they could just live happily ever after. And it's like, no, it turns out I actually didn't really have much to do. So I just investigated you the whole time and you were an asshole. So riddle me that. Anyways, I think this reading's over. I'm having a really hard time doing readings right now because I fucking hate my family so much and I just want them to die and I just want this all over with. And I don't care about any answers other than what happens to crooked parents who fucking use their kids. I mean, I like physically, I'm not in a really good state of mind to do readings because, you know, like I want my parents to die, like very, very badly. Like I want them to, you know, decapitate, fucking get in the worst accident of their life, fucking, you know, get on the arms of, you know, under the arms of like, I don't know, get into the car drunk or something. Like I want the worst things to happen for them. And it's really hard to like not think about that. Right. Cause like Christmas isn't a great time for everybody. It's just another fucking day for me. Like I'm just going to be, you know, eating food and doing regular shit. Like, but everything's going to be closed because of a fake holiday, because something fake is out there. Like, great. You know, like one more thing that my parents can soak off of is all the love that they're going to get from their families and all the love while my sister and I are by ourselves. Right? Like, honestly, it's just like, it's not a great time of year for everybody. And I want people to die and great. Oh, Christmas is coming. Well, Santa doesn't come here. So go fuck yourself. Right? Like, I don't know. I'm not a fucking Scrooge, but I don't really believe in something that doesn't exist. So, and I mean, I built my snakes like new paradises and I got new plants in my aquarium. So trust me, I believe in the holiday, but I believe in sacrifice. I don't believe in just going to the mall and buying things for people because that's what Christmas is. That's not what Christmas is. If you want to actually participate in it, then do something about it. Don't just fucking buy somebody a sweater and go, here, Merry Christmas. Get them chocolate. Are you kidding? I was homeless 3 years ago and my stepmother gets my dad to bring over chocolates. And I'm going like, I didn't eat for a month and you brought me chocolates. Like, how about a lasagna? How about some fucking food? How about not the, oh, Christmas is coming, so here's your bullshit fucking chocolates that I don't want because I don't want to gain weight. Like, I mean, either do your fucking job or sit the fuck down. And honestly, the people who don't do their jobs or sit there and bitch about their jobs all day will fucking lose them. And then other people get to do them. Great. Get the fuck out of the way. You know, so then the ones who are ready to do the job can actually do it. Right? Like my sister's working with this fucking asshole right now who doesn't want to do anything. She doesn't want to work Friday night. She doesn't want to fucking rush tables. She doesn't want to clean anything up. She doesn't want to work. And I'm like, you know what? If you don't want to work, then get the fuck out of here. Get somebody else to do it. Because guess what? None of us want to work. None of us really want to go there. But guess what? We got to do something. We got to make bank. So quit bitching about everything and fucking do your life. But these people, everybody's just like, Christmas, and I'm going to get into fucking dead, and I gotta make sure people know I love them. How about you just tell them that you love them? How about you give them a hug? How about you fucking, talk to them, ask them how they're doing, right? Like, it's just not the same. And if these people, they want to live all crooked and act like Christmas is going to save them, like they can't be, like them being naughty all year is not going to do something, then awesome. I hope they fucking drive around and I hope they get fucking killed, and I hope the good ones stay home who aren't trying to be something that they're not, and, have a good Christmas with their kids. Like, honestly, to treat one day of the year like it's the fucking Queen's birthday and like the whole world has to shut down, it's just ridiculous. The whole world shuts down for tomorrow. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why? So you can spend time with your family? I thought that's what you do every night. I thought you're supposed to go home after work and hang out with your family. That's why you have them. See them on the weekends. Like, it just, I don't know, blows my mind. It blows my mind. And I love the enchantment of Christmas. I love Yule. I love snow. I love winter nights. I love snowstorms. I love all that shit. But one day, to use one day and assume that they can leave you in a cloud for your whole life so then they can have one day while you're all a family, like, fuck you. Fucking biggest cover up in the world is your own goddamn family. It's not the news. It's not the newspapers. It's your own fucking house. Surprisingly. It's just once you get older and stop giving a fuck, that's when you start to see how evil people are, because you no longer care. You're like, I want to see who you really are. I don't care about your gifts. I don't care about your $500 gift cards. I want to know who the fuck you are. Because, I mean, if you're telepathic, you walk into a room, you'll know who the whole fucking room is. People can't hide from you. So if they can't hide from you, then don't let a holiday fucking get stood right in front of them. Uncle's a pedophile. You let Uncle know he's still a bastard and walk away. Fuck these people hiding under their roles. I'm your uncle. I'm your mother. That's nice. Then respect me, right? People don't have respect. Oh, because you're a kid? No, you're not a kid. You're like a 40, 50-year-old person. You're not a kid. Oh, you don't have kids? That doesn't matter. You're even more responsible for not having kids if you didn't want to have them. People who didn't want to have them and who opted out to have them to keep somebody around is also a liar, right? You have to admit when you fucking do things. If you don't want to admit it, then let it come out 50 years later. I mean, my own mother told my sister and I to our face, if she could do it again, she wouldn't. And that was be a mom. And then she kind of looked at us and I went, I don't really think that she knows that she was talking to her kids. I think she's a little too comfortable being our best friend, that she didn't realize what she just fucking said. And I imagine how many of your fucking parents just swallowed a bottle of wine and will tell you the truth, right? Oh, if I could do it again, I wouldn't. Oh, and then there's the ones that lie and say, I would still have you even though I lost everything. No, they wouldn't. Oh, they wouldn't. They're full of shit. And people don't really realize that they have a full of shit monitor on them. And people can read them and spirits reading them and they know what they're thinking and what they're talking is completely fucking bullshit. So, I mean, I like being Sherlock. I like investigating people. I like looking at somebody a different way and going, everybody likes you. And I want to know why. Because right now I don't like you, right? People are quick to like the enemy because they always appear different. They appear as the good person, as the handy dandy person. You can call them up, they'll help you. Don't worry, you can ask them anything. But then you realize you start asking them a little too many questions, you start bothering them a little too much, they explode, right? Because it's a facade, it's a mirage. They're just showing you this kind of person, but they really don't want to be that kind of person, right? Shame on them. Shame on them. And now I made myself a valid point this year to say, I am not going to be full of shit anymore. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I don't care anymore. I don't care even if I don't want to do it. If I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to fucking do it, because my father is the biggest letdown in the world. He says he's going to do something and then he talks to his wife about it. His wife says no. He comes back to me and breaks the promise every time. He's never kept one promise he's ever made to me because his wife changes his mind. And then he says his real relationship is with his wife and not with his kids, even though his wife is not my mother. If that's the real relationship you were supposed to have, then you wouldn't have had daughters with my mother whom you fucked. So really, like, second marriages, when you've got kids involved with the first one, second marriage is not the first thing on the fucking agenda, okay? It's more like the second or third thing, because you got other things that you made priorities to and contracts to way before second or third misses, okay? Like, honestly, I mean, be responsible, be mature. I don't understand. If a woman takes everything and says you can't be with your kids, you have to be with her, divorce her. Because real women don't act like that. Real women have things going on in their lives that they don't need daddy to be there 24/7. Okay, they need daddy to go and be a daddy so then that woman can go and get her shit done again. Okay, people need time away. They spending 24 hours a day with you, but my stepmother needs my father 24/7, right? 365. Like, she cannot live without my father, and if you try to take him away, she will fucking kill you. That's not an independent fucking woman who knows her shit. That's a fucking codependent, strung out narcissist that can't live alone because she's way too needy and basically a child. That's child. You can't take care of yourself, you're a child. You go back to child. You don't get to live in your castle anymore if you can't take care of yourself or the house. You got to move. You got to surrender, right? So maybe this is the world surrendering. Maybe they have to surrender something, right? They kept you under a crooked roof your whole fucking life. Guess what? Now you got to surrender something. You assumed this fog would cover up this for my whole life, and I would never know until you were gone, and then I could figure it out. Like, who wants you to figure out the biggest mystery of your life once they're dead? The biggest coward in the world, that's who. Okay, somebody who's not your parent. No parent would want to hide something from their child because you would want your child to know the truth. You want to lie to your kid? Awesome, great. You're the biggest piece of shit in the world. Tell them the truth. They will get it. They're not stupid. And they will live, learn, and be much happier knowing the truth than living under some fucking lie. Like, the lies are the worst. The lies will kill you. And anybody who is a liar will know. Their lies will eat you alive. I mean, there's this fucking chick who does not know how to tell the truth. She lies through her fucking teeth. And I actually laugh to my sister sometimes and say, like, does she write all these lies down? Because how's she remember? Like, how she's going to get caught? She tells 50 lies a day. She can't keep up with those lies. Those lies are going to take her over one day. Just like a crooked roof is going to fall in, it's going to cave in on their assumptions because their assumptions have gone right to their ass. Okay, I'm sure this ass has tripled in size. Okay, somebody is just sitting on a throne of lies and they just keep shoving all this food down their throat. And guess what? You played Sherlock and didn't get fat, right? Like, honestly, if I didn't die, like, if you didn't eat food, I wouldn't eat. Like, I genuinely don't like food. Like, it's not something I really want to do is sit around and eat. Like, I'm like, I have to force myself to eat. All I've had today is chip and dip. That's it. I don't care about food. I don't want food. I want justice. And I was watching this. Oh yeah, 7 seconds. I don't know if you should watch this mini series. 7 seconds, man. It was awesome. In the middle, they sang that chant, what do we want? And then they say justice. And when do we want it? Now! You know that chant? And I was saying it for fucking days after. I want justice and I want it now. I don't want it tomorrow. I don't want it the next day. I don't want it fucking 30 days from now. I want it now. I want justice. And if you're not going to give me justice, guess what? I'm going to keep praying for it every day until you give it, or I'm going to go. It's one or the other, you know, because it's you can't live with misjustice. It will either take you down or that person, but you can't live with misjustice your whole life. You won't make it. You really won't, right? Like, the universe will have to pull through on some other angle because justice is blind. We don't always get what we deserve, right? And we take a blind hit with that shit, and people are taken at their word and they can lie. And there isn't some polygraph test that we can fucking strap them through so that everybody can figure out that they're lying too. People have a right to lie. They do. They have a right to cover up their shit if that's what they want. They want to be a fucking complete pile of shit, then that's what they're going to do. And it really fucking sucks, especially when they've got other people involved, because that's what people don't realize. Once your kids are there, your kids are involved in everything that you do. And that's why having kids is so tricky. I mean, it's honestly because look at that, the sperm donors on the bottom. So many people become sperm donors. That's it. They donate it and then they walk away. And it's like, you still had that child and it's marked in your DNA. It's marked. You marked them. You can't just tell the universe you don't have kids. They know you do. Okay? Fucking idiots. They think they can get away with it. Is there anything else? I want to know if they're going to say anything else. They might not. We did get one. Ooh, look at this. Okay. We got the running scared with evil. And I saw a gun in my third eye. And there's a gun right there. Because the whole point of running scared is they're trying to get this gun. They're trying to get this 38, right? That they just use to kill a cop. And they can't find it because the kids take it. Okay? So evil distractions. I saw a gun. Like, I feel like whoever this is now is gonna get. Look at what's on the bottom of the deck. I can't make this up. Fucking crooked roof again. Okay, so whatever, they can't lie. Look at social media. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what it is that you're putting on your social media. I don't know if you're telling the truth. I don't know if you're like doing what I do and you're just talking about what the fuck they did, right? There's a lot of rappers out there. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of writers that tell their story. They tell what happened under the roof. Okay. Whether your fucking parents want to deal with it or not, whether they want to deal with you or not, they're running scared. They're going to run scared from something. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you're going to start chasing them. I don't know if the Blair Witch is going to come after them, but they're running scared. Something is evilly, like, I almost feel like the evil distractions, I almost feel like something, let's see if any demons come out. I almost feel like something is like, it's going to distract them. It's going to piss them off, you know, like when people hear like scratching on a chalkboard or something and you're like, oh, like, you know, like something's going to fucking just, I mean, because we got the volcano card. Okay. Like they're going to blow up. Okay. And then the Knight of Swords in reverse with strength. Oh, look at this. The demon vine came out, builds towers or destroys stone walls, causes rough waters, finds witches. Okay. And then with Howers, destroys and burns all enemies when requested. Speaks of the creation of the world, tells of past and future. Destroys and burns all enemies when requested. Knight of Swords. So I almost feel like, you know, as they're like looking at this running scared, I almost feel like we could have like a tag team demon duo here, right? That just come in and fucking destroy these people's shit, right? Just done. Like, I mean, it looks like they're going to work as a team. Like one destroys the wall, okay, while the other one destroys everything in the house and then sets the house on fire. And then finds witches. You know how I said Blair Witch? Like, I'm like, oh, what if they're going to use a witch to destroy this person? Or maybe they are a witch. Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck as I said that. So, like, look at the bottom of the deck after you say that. Inflames men with women's love and women with men's love. Causes them to show themselves naked if desired. So that's almost like... You could be dealing with people who literally just stay together for the relationship, right? Like I said, it could have been just all sexual and they just did not give a shit about the kids whatsoever, sperm donors, right? It's like they could have been under the influence. And what I mean is demonic influence, lust over love. Right? Because we pulled the love card on it sideways. Like, they don't really know what love is. Most people don't know that love is sacrifice. To love something is to sacrifice for it multiple times. I mean, you're sacrificing every day for the people that you love. It's just what happened. That's what love is. If you don't want it, then don't do it. Okay? If you want it, then know that it can kill you. Love can kill you, right? Like you know, will throw yourself into a burning building to grab the ones you love. Like love is it. If you don't know what it is, it's the most dangerous fucking thing in this whole world. It's more dangerous than a gun because it will kill you, right? It will take everything away from you. So people gotta watch, and parents and shit gotta watch, because through sex, through that attraction, they create life. And if you want to create life, then your sacrifice is to watch it grow and make sure it grows and protect it, right? Like, what would you do with a garden? You plant a seed, you have to water it, you have to protect it, you have to put a fence around it, you have to make sure animals don't get at it, right? How is a seed any different than a child? That's where children come from, seeds, right? This is home ec shit. This is like what we learned in grade 7 and grade 6, section, sexual maturity and anatomy of where babies come from. They're seeds, right? People weren't so fucking stupid. And really, I mean, so many people get caught up with lovers. Honestly, sex, sexual gratification, having somebody with you, not being alone. I don't want to be alone. So you choose to be with an asshole. You choose to be with somebody who abuses your kids. You choose to be with somebody who abuses you. You choose to be with somebody who doesn't even love you because you don't want to be alone. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. Look at that. Teaches the virtues of herbs and stones. Like, as I'm talking about gardens. Knight of Pentacles. This is something that they fucking planted. Like I really feel like this is your... Look at 3 knights to showed up. Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and now we have the Knight of Wands. Teaches the values of herbs and stones. Transports anyone suddenly from one place to another. So there we've got herbs again. Like, I'm telling you, these people, like, there were things that they were supposed to teach you. Very valuable things, right? This is your Judgment on the bottom with Bilal. Like, this is the people that, I mean, think of your life as a garden, okay, as a seed, as a flower. They planted you and then they pulled out, they pulled you out of the garden and off you walked, roots and all, right? And that's not easy to do, okay? That's not easy to do. And then every time you come back, to plant yourself, to put yourself back into that garden again, they tell you to go. You can't be here. You got to go get your own apartment. You can't live with us. You're an adult. The fuck does that have to do with anything? Right? Like, okay, I'm an adult. Still need a place to live. Fucking idiots. Right? So, like, they're getting judgment right now. Like, this is their judgment. Oop, right here. This is their judgment. They're not allowed to continue this. They're not allowed to continue saying that they're doing something that they are not. That's like, honestly, somebody coming into work late every day and you just keep covering for them and covering for them and covering for them. Eventually, the boss is going to notice, hey, by the way, every day it says this person's punched in at 8:45 and I literally see them pull in at 9:15. Why are they getting punched in at 8:45? They're not here. Someone's going to notice. Someone's going to notice. Right? They're going to notice. And now I'm getting that other Instagram thing. So there was no. Okay, that's how it started. Oh, no, to they're going to notice. And then the other person goes, no, they're not. Yeah, they are. They're going to notice. Right? Like, I mean, as much as you think people aren't going to notice what's going on or spirit's not going to know what you're doing, I mean, they fucking know everything. They really do. So for the people who think they can break the law and run free and just violate and break the rules and break contracts, they get busted because they're evilly distracted, right? They've got the demon on their shoulders, which makes them act like there's something wrong with you, right? Because that's what a demon would do. They're trickery little bastards. I mean, angels are almost worse, okay? You see something angelic and beautiful and light and you think, oh, it's going to be wonderful. And then you haven't seen your kids for 5 years. Oh, yeah, angelic and light, right? If they were so angelic and so beautiful and so lovely, why haven't you seen your kids? Why have all of a sudden they taken all your money? Why are they telling you what to do, right? It's like somebody's definitely, you know what I'm getting is somebody's wearing a mask. It's not even a mask. I think it's a full fucking costume at this point. Costume, mask and all, shoes to match. Like somebody's definitely, they played this role and got paid as an actor and they're kind of still trying to play the role. even though we know that it was their roof that all this shit happened underneath. So you can play whatever role you feel you want to. People will always find out the truth. And it's almost like, even if they don't want to know, you know, even if you don't want to know the truth, it's eventually going to just then slap you in the face, right? You either get with the program while the screen is running, or you find out later the hard way. Right? Ooh, beauty. We have the tower, people. It's a beautiful time of the year to get the tower, because they deserve to fall off their little lives and, you know, fuck off. You get what you give. And that's what I kind of keep saying, is like, you get what you give, you get what you give, you get what you give. You want to give shit for Christmas every year? Guess what? There is going to be some type of time in space where you will get given what you gave. And yeah, that's it. That's all she's got to say. I lost my lighter. I don't know where it is. And I really want to smoke weed. So I'm going to cut this off. I can't even believe I'm still going, to be honest. I didn't even really want to go live because I said I have mixed emotions right now about this time of year. Okay, people? So when I have a bad day, it's literally because I want death, and I want it now. And not for me. No. I have things I got to take care of. Who's going to take care of my snakes if I die? I want somebody else to die. So, monsters will die. That's the thing. And I have got to reseal this table today. So, that's what I'm going to do with my time. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's all entertainment. If a shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it, okay? And happy holidays. Get through it. Okay, I don't even want to say get through it. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your day off tomorrow. Okay, if you don't have family things to do and you don't believe in Christmas, it's just a day off. Enjoy it. It's hump day. Watch movies all day. Get high. Get drunk. Do whatever the fuck you want to do, because people are going to be stressing out, driving around, getting into car accidents, fucking seeing people that they don't like, fucking ready to lose their shit. And you're just going to be like sitting at home watching a movie going, ha! Idiots. Okay, just remember that we are on a different spectrum than them. We are in a different planet than them. Okay, the crazy motherfuckers will get what they got coming. Okay, just like we will. So enjoy your day off, eat, be merry, and just know justice, it's coming. It's coming, and they're ready to explode. And you know what happens when people explode? Shit's never the same again. Especially if they do it in front of all this family. It's going to be hilarious. And glad you're not there. And they probably blow up because you're not there. So, anyways. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one.